gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
Hello, gossipers. So, as you know, today, Friday, June 27th, 2025, Diddy is trial is wrapping up. So, the defense, they did their closing argument today. Now, with that being said, it's being reported that Diddy and his son Justin are now being accused of R-ing a young lady and also drugging her, giving her illegal substance. So we're going to read this story. Now, with Justin Combs, I did not hear anything about Justin. The only story I heard about Justin is from, I can't remember the other guy that was suing Diddy with, I think his attorney was Tyrone Blackburn, who they said got arrested. Anyways, he told a story that Diddy had fired at a guy in the studio, and I guess his son Justin helped him with the guy or something to that effect, and told the guy that, you know, when the cops come, tell them it was a drive-by. Now, the guy who was suing Diddy, he said he went into the restroom and he saw the guy bleeding. So that's the only story I know with Justin. Now, another story came out with his other son who looks like Diddy, Christian Combs. I think he goes by King. Was that a young lady was telling a story that they were on a yacht and he tried touching her and, you know, just things like this. So with the Combs boys, you know, it's like, you don't want to say they're following in their father's footstep, but they knew what was going on. They knew what their dad was doing. I'm sure they knew about the freak-offs. Even if they didn't participate, I'm sure they knew about it. Now, Quincy, who is not his biological son, that's Al B. Sure's son, so far we haven't heard anything on Quincy being accused of the R word or given illicit, substance. So we're going to read this article, and it's from Vibe magazine, and it says Justin Combs and father Diddy accused of D'ing and gang R-ing woman. Those are very serious allegations. It says Sean Diddy Combs and his son Justin Combs are now facing new allegations amid the music mogul's ongoing federal sex trafficking trial. A civil lawsuit recently filed by a woman accuses a 31-year-old of arranging a 2017 Los Angeles trip that allegedly ended in her being D and gang R. She also names Diddy as one of her attackers. Now, what gets some people upset with these suits is that they're doing civil suits. They're not pressing charges. And I think for some, the time limit has run out, so it's easier to go civil because in civil, you get money. So she said this happened 2017. So we're looking at 8 years ago. So I would think she can press charges, right? I would have to look out how long you have. And she said it was in Los Angeles and it took part in 2017. So I think she can still file charges, but yeah, so that's one of the problems with all these alleged victims coming forward is that they're going the civil route instead of pressing, a criminal case against them. So it says, according to court documents obtained by E! News on Thursday, June 26th, the woman claims she met Justin through Snapchat, and he offered to help her land a position at Remote TV in Atlanta. Instead, she alleges she was flown to LA, where the trip took a disturbing turn. After arriving at a Beverly Hills residence, the woman says she and Justin consumed alcohol and marijuana, which she believed may have been laced because of how it affected her. She also claims he gave her additional pills or poppers throughout the day. According to the lawsuit, later that evening, 3 masked men entered the home and allegedly R her repeatedly, both anally and orally, while she was incapacitated, and continued the assault until the next day. Wow. The woman could not identify two of the masked man, but alleged the third was Diddy, citing his stature and mannerism. Now, that's not enough. Not because you might think he stands and acts like Diddy, it means it's Diddy. And she claimed Justin referred to him as Pops during the encounter. She also says that the alleged job offer, never happened, and that the experience left her with deep emotional trauma and physical injuries. She's suing both Justin and Diddy, as well as Diddy's associate businesses, for sexual battery, gender violence, and negligent supervision. In response, Diddy's legal team has denied the accusation outright, and on behalf of both Combs men, no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor, his attorney stated. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail in court. As Diddy's trial comes to a conclusion, prosecutors have filed a request to adjust some elements of their charges, removing elements of attempted kidnapping and attempted arson under California and New York law. However, Diddy still faces serious counts, including racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, which relates to the kidnapping and arson allegations. Yes, so, it goes on to say Diddy did not testify at his own trial. So like I said, the trial is wrapping up today. They want to conclude it before next Friday, which is the 4th of July. So, the jurors, they might get it where on Monday, they start to deliberate whether he's guilty or not. And if he's found guilty, what the sentence will be, and everything like that. So come next Monday, you're gonna see a lot more people out at the courthouse waiting for that verdict to come in, because trust me, people want to hear what's going on. But as far as this story is concerned, what are your thoughts? Believe, not believe? They need to show proof. I'm sure she's filing Jane Doe, so we'll never see her. But again, what are your thoughts? Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you.